Let's get high.
Hello, cadets. Welcome to another episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room. I am General Lemuel T. Howitzer, retired, and we have a very interesting show. We're into our holiday month. So this is December 2025. For those of you who are watching in post, who are watching 20 years from now and I'm dead and gone, we're into the holiday month. So we're going to do some kind of holiday festive movies. We're going to do festive movies. So the monster in this particular film is actually death. And there's not just one of them. There's several of them. There's a white death. There's a yellow death. There's a blue death. There's a green death. I think there's even a plaid death. I'm not sure about that, but, don't quote me on that. But anyway, this is Masque of the Red Death. But before we get started, let me bring up my able-bodied assistant, as I like to call him, Sergeant Major Havoc. Master Sergeant Major Havoc.
Yes, sir. That's me. Reporting for duty.
So I'm wearing my presidential shirt. I think I would be a good president. I think I'd be a hell of a lot better than what's in office right now.
You would be a great president, sir, and I would definitely follow your orders.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't tell you to do something illegal. Honestly, I would be much more respectful of our military.
Yes,
So there it is. Not suckers and losers, by God. And again, I would have visited the Arlington Cemetery, not just for a photo op. Anyway, and cause a ruckus with, shoving people that work there around. Anyway, but I digress. We're here to talk about Masque of the Red Death. This is a Vincent Price film. It's a Roger Corman film. One of the better Edgar Allan Poe films, in my humble opinion. Training films. So Metro Goldwyn Mayer owns the rights to it now. It was released by, I want to say United Artists originally, but their copyright or their company went bankrupt. So all their stuff was sold off to different movie houses. So MGM owns it now. So as well as the Terror and all the other stuff that American International. There we go, American International. So that's the Nicholson James Arkov stuff.
Yeah, they made a bunch of these.
Or Zarkov. What now?
Not to be confused with the guy who was the Flash Gordon.
Yeah. Was that Flexi Jerkoff? No, that was the Flash Gordon.
That's Flash Gordon. Yeah, that's a whole other. That's a whole other.
That had
story.
an interesting monster in it. Oh, we should do that one.
Yeah.
My ass, the humiliation. I remember that. That was a silly movie. That was a crazy movie. Flash Gordon. Anyway, let's not think about that. We open the movie with the Red Death, who's sitting at a tree. And again, what's funny is, those coyote sheepdog cartoons from the Looney Tunes?
Oh,
where
yeah.
They kind of like punch in and punch out. That's kind of like what this is with the Red Death and the White Death and the Yellow Death. Hey, Fred. Hi, George. How you doing? They kind of come and go. Death. How many did you kill today? So anyway, he's talking with this old lady from the village and he gives her a red rose. But it's, of course, the touch of death. So she's going to take it and its plague to her village. And there it is, giving it to her. And she takes it because, you don't say no to death. You just take what comes. Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful. This film has a little bit of symbolism in it, which is surprising because Corman was known for just knocking them out, just a low budget, Czech cola kind of guy. And I'm not even disrespectful. I mean, I admire the man immensely for creating as many of these training films as he did and getting them pushed through. I mean, he was the king of making the low budget horror film.
Yeah, he was fun. But I think he was a little more respectful when it came to these Edgar Allan Poe adaptation training films. He put some money into them. I mean, they're still low budget, but he made them look like $1 million.
He did well with the budget, the small budget that he had. Yeah, he got the right people to do like sets and stuff, and he reused sets for different movies. He was really good at finance,
Yeah.
And you got to admire that. And again, like you say, shots like this where, Prospero's carriage comes into the village because it's just outside his castle. And Prince Prospero is played by Vincent Price, of course. And you got Vincent Price to be in a lot of these films. And I guess it was, even though it was low budget, he was probably fun to work with. That's my guess, because Price probably wouldn't have worked with him on all those films if it wasn't a good time. That's my guess. That's my guess. And he got Karloff, and he got Basil Rathbone, and he got other people, Peter Lorre, to do his films. Yeah. Great stuff.
And this is where Jack Nicholson didn't not a start, but he was in some of these as well.
Yes. He was in Little Shop of Horrors, the original one, the black and white one. It was done 1960. And he played the character that Bill Murray ended up playing in the remake. The guy that likes pain.
Right.
Likes people take his teeth out, the dentist.
Yep.
It was a different name, I think. But again, the character was the same, and it was a funny scene because it was dark comedy, that movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And he was also a main character in The Raven. He was the son of Peter Lorre's character.
The Raven,
in The Raven. Yeah.
And the chair.
I think Nicholson, his father was one of the producers.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Because they have the same last name, Nicholson. He didn't become famous off of these films. As a matter of fact, they had Boris Karloff and him contracted for an extra 2 days from The Raven. And just to show you what kind of a producer, what kind of a good producer Corman was and director, they shot The Terror in 2 days with the same sets from The Raven, and with Karloff and Nicholson, and in different costumes. And again, they threw Dick Miller in, who was another guy that did a lot of Corman stuff in the 60s. And yeah, they shot that film in 2 days.
Yeah.
And it's by no means Shakespeare. It's not an Academy Award winner, but by God, it went to the drive-in theaters and it made money. And I made a lot of money because it was super ultra low budget because everything had already been bought. So yeah, you got to admire that. So anyway, okay. So Prince Prospero and his entourage, his posse, show up in this village. And, there's rumors that the Red Death is making its rounds through the village and killing people. And it's a plague. The Red Death is a plague. Not a person, but we already know, because we've seen him, that, Red Death is also a person. So here we meet some of the characters that are in the film. We meet Prospero, of course, is Vincent Price. We meet Alfredo, who is, he is a creepy, pervy dude. played by Patrick McGee. Not Patrick McNee now from the Avengers, but Patrick McGee, who is also in Clockwork Orange. He's the one that does in Alex in that film, basically.
Yep.
And we meet Gino, played by David Weston. And we meet Francesca, played by Jane Asher. Nice little ginger there. And her father is played by none other than Nigel Green, who has done 1,000 movies and TV shows. He played the old Hercules in Jason and the Argonauts back in 1963. Just a great actor. Just a really, really fun actor. So there's Francesca, and she's begging for the life of her boyfriend and her father. And Prospero says, take them prisoner, because he's Vincent Price. And he's like that. But he's really nasty in this. He is really, really nasty in this. He said, they might prove to be fun later. He's just a nasty guy. And he's incensed with her. I mean, she's a very lovely little thing. So he wants her. So he's like, take her with us too. We'll get them away from the Red Death and take them into our castle. Now, I gotta say, not a wise move. If the Red Death is moving around this village, and there's Alfredo, creepy. If it's creeping around this village, they probably got this stuff on them. It's on their clothes. It's a pandemic.
Yeah.
And he's going to bring him into the castle, and he's going to shut the castle off from everybody else, containing whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, it's not a smart move by him, but there it is.
Well, these folks, they didn't know about, vector protocols and, washing their hands and covering their faces and all that stuff. A
lot of these people don't look like they've washed their hands in a while. Yeah.
Nope.
They're villagers.
Yeah. But I got to say, though.
There's some lovely mud over here.
I got to say, Vincent or Prospero here, he's rocking some cool threads, the fur collar and that hat. I mean,
I'll tell you, that was one of the best things about Corman was he knew where to spend the money. And again, sets and costumes. That was it, man. He put the money into sets and costumes. The costumes are always amazing in his stuff. Right on target as far as the periods and they look great. And again, it makes the film look like $1 million. But you'll notice how they utilize in this film different colored rooms as well, like the white room, then the yellow room, then the red room, the purple room, and then we get to the black room, which is like a evil Satan worshiping kind of place. So and they use those over and over and over again. So again, a lot of this movie is contained in one castle. So I mean, the sets are contained, and again, it was the same with the Raven. The Raven was same sets. Already bought from this, probably. And they just utilized them again, and everything was contained in Boris Karloff's castle there. Same with the Terror. Bought and paid for. So, all right. So, they take them back to the castle. Oh, and this is where Vincent Price goes to see the old woman who's, met with Red Death. And they actually see the Red Death up close, and it's nasty. It's you're bleeding red blood from all your pores, and it's just nasty. And again, they're in the tent. They're in a tent with her. Not smart. Breathing this stuff in. Nobody's wearing masks. Nobody's been vaxxed. So Price goes back and forth with the young upstart Gino, who's the boyfriend, and Francesca is again pleading for their lives, and then he burns down the village. All right, we'll make sure this doesn't get into our castle where all my friends are. Burn it down. And there it is. So again, that carriage was probably easily built. And again, they put some nice curtains in the windows, painted it up nice. But again, it's all window dressing stuff, But it looks like $1 zillion, like you said. And again, all used in all the other movies that he did. So early on, he probably had a budget. This one, he probably had a budget. This one's an earlier one, I think. And then again, he just reused everything. You got to love that. Can't use reuse that because he burned it all down. But there he goes. The village is burned down, and then he takes him to the castle. Also, we're going to see a surprise here. One of the guards, like the head guard in this film, is actually Robert Brown, who ended up playing M in the James Bond movies, the later Roger Moore films, and the Timothy Dalton films. He played M. He was the guy that did it before Judi Dench took over. So, okay, so he brings her in and gives her a nice little milk bath, Francesca, I should say. And his wife, Juliana, played by Hazel Court, shows up. Now, Hazel Court, like her name, looks a little rough around the, like she could be a Hellcat, you know, as far as a wife. And she certainly proves that in this. And she's also in the Raven as well, as the woman that Boris Karloff steals from Vincent Price. And it turns out that, you know, that was mostly her doing. She just likes power. And in this case, she wants power, and she's willing to pray to the devil for it. They are Satan worshipers. So they feel that's the way to go. So when Francesca, I'm sorry, Jane Asher did this film, I think she was 17. She was very young. And we're going to say a little girl later who does a dance. She's supposed to be a little person, but it was actually a little girl. She was 8 when she made this film, and they made her face up to look like an adult woman. And that will be Esmeralda, Hop Toad's wife. So you can see already Hazel Court is hating the fact that he's brought Francesca home. You know, she's already seeing, oh God, she's going to knock me off my throne. I hate this girl. I'm going to be nice to her. You know, I'm going to try to be nice and motherly and give her advice. And then I'm going to stick the knife in her back when I get a chance. That's the way her character is in this. She's the castle princess.
Oh, yeah.
So they have these, I'm not going to say orgies, but wild parties and these wild dinners. And they're just hedonistic SOBs, just frolicking and, you know, living a wonderful life, perverse life within these castle walls. And again, the Red Death is outside. So he's claiming you're safe here. You don't have to worry about it. And I will let you stay here out of the goodness of my heart, even though you don't deserve it. You know, he's actually very condescending. Prince Prospero is just a nasty guy. This is one of Vincent's nastiest roles. Evil. He gets his comeuppance at the end, though. And just there he is. He's giving it to Alfredo because Alfredo deserves it. He's slime. So they're dancing around at Mar-a-Lago. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that? Did I say that out loud?
I didn't hear.
There's definitely some similarities. Let's do a great Gatsby party. You know, the Red Death not gonna get in here. No way. We're safe within these walls. We can play golf. So I digress again. I'm just being silly. So here's Esmeralda and Hop Toad, tonight's entertainment. Esmeralda is a lovely dancer, and Hop Toad is kind of the court jester. He does silly things. He juggles and he tells jokes, and they're watching her dance. And Alfredo will pretty much, okay, this is not for kids, folks, pretty much bang anything that moves. And he even seems incensed with Esmeralda, which is just nasty. And he makes some kind of snide remark, and Hop Toad gets very upset and he smacks Esmeralda in the face. Ouch! And Prospero puts him back in his place, saying, that was pretty uncalled for. Dude, you're being a douche. And Hop Toad, you can see Hop Toad's, he wants to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my wife, man.
And she's only 8. Oh, wait, no.
Well, in the movie, she's not 8, but yeah, the actress was 8.
Sorry, she's 38.
Yeah, she's supposed to be 38, somewhere in there.
I don't know. Now, the little fella playing, and forgive me for saying little fella, but, the little person playing Hop Toad here,
yeah,
he's pretty popular in a lot of British movies, too.
He's done a lot of British movies and TV, yeah. His name is Skip Martin. Skip Martin. He's done a lot, yeah. He's recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
I actually looked to see if he was one of the Time Bandits, and he's not.
Oh.
But he's done a lot. He has.
See, I was about to ask that if he was in Time Bandits, but
I looked that up, and he's not. He's not.
Okay.
But because that was the first thing that came to my mind is I know him from somewhere. But he's done a lot of TV and a lot of movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Prospero says they're going to have a masquerade ball. They're going to have a masquerade ball later in the evening. And everybody can use the costumes he has in his costume closet or costume wardrobe room, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of costumes. He's got a lot of stuff in the closet.
Yeah. Prospero here, he looks like he's being a douche too. He's throwing something.
Oh, he's throwing. Yeah, he throws wine in Alfredo's face for smacking Esmeralda. Like I said, he puts him in his place because he's being a douche. And he's bringing the party down. Smack a little person. Come on, dude.
Yeah, he's harshing the vibe here.
Get a grip. We're not doing door tossing tonight. Let it alone. Do you remember that? They used to toss dwarfs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But we don't call them dwarfs anymore. We call them little people.
That's right.
But I remember that dwarf tossing. That was back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
and those guys would get paid a lot. And again, after they're like the first time they throw that little guy, the novelty is worn off already. It's like over. It's like a one-trick pony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway, he puts Prospero. I'm sorry, he puts Alfredo in his place. Francesca comes down in a white gown, showing her purity. And Prospero makes a big fuss over her. And, of course, Hazel Court is back there. She's hating it.
Mm-hmm.
Look what we have here. One of the villagers, lovely girl, Francesca. Going to join our ranks.
I like and I don't know if they meant this, but I like the juxtaposition of Prospero and the boar's head just above him.
That could have been symbolic, yeah.
Yeah, it could have been.
There's a lot. Again, there's a lot of symbolism in this, and that could have been the cinematographer's choice. I mean, he might have hired a really good cinematographer. We start making fun of people, and he gets people to pretend they're pigs and ride around on the floor and stuff, and she just really denigrates his guests, showing what slime they are, that they only care about money and power and, living the fat cat life.
Mm-hmm.
And Francesca doesn't seem to be amused. But she's learning. She's watching all of this. She's taking it on. And she's learning about Prospero and who he is and what he's about. Now, again, you might say, why is this on the Big Monster Briefing Room? Because we have the monster that is known as Death. In this case, Red Death in specific. But again, there's other deaths too. You'll see at the end of the film. All right. So they all decide to take to their rooms for the evening, I guess.
Alfredo does not look happy.
Alfredo does not look happy. He's been insulted in front of everybody.
He's been insulted. He's been humiliated.
Yeah. Oh, and this is where Prospero shows her the different rooms. Hi, let me show you the castle. Let me give you the tour. This is the yellow room. I'm paraphrasing. He says something more eloquent, but yes, each room has its own purpose, and this is the yellow room. And then he takes her on, and she's like, oh, what a nice yellow room. And then he takes her to the purple room. And everything here's purple, dark purple. And then there's a white room. Kind of like the Beatles album.
Mm-hmm. Yep, in a white room with black curtains at the station.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the same room, but they just painted it a different color.
Well, actually, you're right. That's actually, I think there was like 2 or 3 rooms, maybe 2 rooms, because you could see him walking through, and then just paint one and then paint, that way there was a sense of continuity.
Yeah.
Or the illusion that there
there's
were
actually a scene where you actually can look down the rooms and see that the first one's yellow, the second one's you can actually see the different colors.
Yeah.
But again, with Corman, you never know. There might have been
just a.
It might have been started out with the white room, then the yellow room, then the.
Yeah.
There is no red room, by the way. Ironically, this is the main. What do I want to call this? It's not the ballroom. It's like the foyer.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Prospero meets up with Hazel Court here, and she lets him know that she's going to give herself over to Satan. She's going to take the ultimate sacrifice to remain his number 1 or his number 2. You'll always be number 2, darling. Actually, he's basically telling her, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bang this young broad. I don't care anything about you anymore. He's just rude. She goes, well, Satan will be my husband, and he'll take care of me. And so right she is. Francesca has nightmares, wakes up in the middle of the night. She hears noises. She gets up from sleep, pokes around a little bit.
That's always a mistake.
Looks around the castle and stumbles across Hazel Court. Juliana. I have a tendency to say the actor's name and not the character's. And Juliana is, praying to Satan.
She's cavorting with the devil.
And again, Francesca's very smart. For somebody that's not educated, she's a villager. She is very smart. She's very street smart. She knows to learn. She's a learning being. She learns from listening and watching what's going on here. And we see Prospero dressed up in devil garb, laid out. And she runs upstairs, and Alfredo is there laughing and thinking it's hysterical. This poor little creature who's being slowly driven mad. There's a cast from the outside. It's actually a nice little matte painting. But there it is. I mean, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It serves its purpose. And he has got his falcon. And he's falconing. So that's what they call it?
Yeah.
And she thinks it's cruel. And then I want to say this is Scarlatti. Anyway, this is one of his friends, and he didn't make it to the party on time. And Prospero's like, well, you can't come in now because the Red Death is out there and we don't want to let it in. Oh, please. You know me. You can have my wife. Oh man, he like gives up his wife right there. She's right there.
Wow.
And Prospero's like,
I've already had your wife.
it's just terrible. There she is. And seriously, yeah, he's just incredibly rude host, and he's not going to let him in. And he goes, please spare us from the Red Death. We don't want to get the Red Death. And he's like,
Okay, I'll help you out.
he doesn't say those exact words. But anyway, he shoots him with a crossbow. Kills him. I think he shoots the wife, too. Or no, maybe she kills herself, the wife. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen this. My memory is a little hazy. Either he shoots her or she kills herself there. You know, so the Red Death. Now there's Robert Brown as the head guard. And he says that Gino has got to fight. And he's got to fight Francesca's father, Ludovico. But he won't do it. And Ludovico doesn't want to fight him. He doesn't want to give them the pleasure of having that kind of entertainment. So the head guard gets upset, and he attacks Gino. But Gino bests him. He doesn't, he makes him look pretty foolish actually, because he's an old guard. And Prospero comes in just as he bests him. Now, Prospero basically says, in time, you will fight for our amusement. You will give us our amusement. That's why we brought you in here. You just need the right prodding. So he sends them back to their cells. And again, we have more Hazel Court, summoning Almighty Satan. And she brands herself, which looks very painful, with the mark of Satan, which is an upside down cross. Ouch! You can smell the sizzling skin. That's actually a pretty cool effect. I mean, it looked very realistic. The thing was smoking when it hit her skin.
Mm-hmm.
Ludovico is drinking, and Hop Toad comes to see him and says, I have a great costume for you for the ball, and it will scare the bejesus out of everybody. You will be an almighty gorilla. And he goes, really? He goes, yes, I will make your costume myself, and you will be the hit of the party. So, because Alfredo is kind of stupid. He's a stupid perv. He goes for it. Hook, line, and sinker. He buys it. This is one of two stories by Edgar Allan Poe. I believe the original is called Hop Frog, not Hop Toad. And maybe for copyright reasons, maybe they didn't use the name. But anyway, it's the Masque of the Red Death, which is one story, and Hop Frog or Hop Toad. It might be Hop Toad. So yeah, Alfredo buys it. He goes, all right, I'll do it. That sounds fun. Francesca wakes up again. She keeps hearing things. Drafty old castle. But it's actually Juliana. She goes, what can I do for you, Mandy? And she sees the mark on her chest. She goes, did you hurt yourself? I gave myself up willingly to Satan. God, Bad girl. Bad lady. And, she says, look, I want you out of here, and I'll help you. I'll help you to get your boyfriend and your dad out of here. I'll help you guys to escape. I will give you a key. You can go down there. I will tell you when to go down. And she does. So as the guards are, playing cards, playing poker or something, she sneaks down there. She's got a nice little hoodie, on. Like, you can see she's very young there. She's like 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she gets to her father. No, actually, there's a like a pervy old guy down in the dungeon. She has to get past him.
Hello, darling. Fancy a bit, eh? Hey,
Know what I mean? Nudge, nudge.
are you a goer?
So this is actually fancy duds to be wearing to an escape, a prison escape. But there it is. So there they are in their cell, and she comes up to the door. What are you doing here? How'd you get down here? Francesca. Then the guards kind of get tipped off, and they come over just in time to see her letting the guys out, and then a fight breaks out, and I think they kill 2 of the guards. And when they go to where Juliana tells them where to go, she says there'll be a guard who will let you out. The guard turns out to be Prospero. Oh!
Betrayed.
She betrayed her.
I knew all the time. Francesca, you betrayed me. But I forgive you because I want your supple body.
He's such a... Look at the bullet head. Good Lord. He's Bullet Man. Nice helmet.
Mm-hmm.
So she realizes she's in hot water now. But she's saying, look, whatever you want, I'll give it to you. You just let my dad and let my boyfriend go. Let my fiance. Let my betrothed go.
You would give yourself up to me willingly?
So anyway, they have a party that night. He says he would take it under advisement. He'll think about it. Yank, yank.
Mm-hmm.
They have a party that night. Another one. It's not the masquerade ball yet. That's supposed to be at 12 o'clock, midnight. But Hazel Court showing off her new tattoo. You know, her new mark.
Mm-hmm. They must have spent a fortune in fake fur, because even the big chair there, the throne, it's got fur all over it.
Again, whoever he got to do his sets and his costumes, they did a really good job.
Yeah.
And his props people did really good getting stuff that looks like the period, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Alfredo is sitting next to Francesca. Probably groping under the table, perv.
Mm-hmm.
And is this where they bring in her father and her boyfriend?
Yep. Yeah, they're marching him in there.
Yeah, so they march him in. And they're going to have him fight for their amusement.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they refuse. And he says, well, you can't refuse because we're going to kill you now if you don't do this. At least one of you can live. He goes, each one of these daggers, there's one that's poisoned. So you can cut each other or you can cut yourself. But one of you is going down. So they take turns. The father goes first, cuts himself, nothing, that's not poisoned. Again, they keep using up the knives until they get to the last one. And everybody's really in, this is entertaining. Yeah. They're eating their food seductively, getting horny watching 2 guys try to kill each other.
It's like Willy Wonka. The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
So, I think we get down to one knife. And the father is going to try to kill Prospero with it. He picks it up. And of course, Prospero knew he was going to do that.
I knew he was going to do that.
So he kills him with his sword. Oh, no! You're smarter than I thought you were.
You're a peasant from the village.
No
education.
So yeah, the father's dead, and the boyfriend, very angry. And it's amazing he's still alive. It's amazing that Vincent Price Prospero doesn't just kill him right here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So Hoptoad goes to Francesca when all of this is happening, and he says, if you go up to the parapet later tonight, I'll help you get out. We're all going to get free of this. Basically. Esmeralda, me, you, and your boyfriend. I'll make sure your boyfriend is there. So they take him back to his jail cell. His dungeon cell. And again, she agrees to give herself up willingly to him, be his wife, if he spares the life of Gino. If he lets him go, I think is what she says.
And ooh, he's very happy about that. Oh, you'll give yourself up to me and Satan willingly. Ooh, I like that.
And meanwhile, at the table, Hazel Court, Juliana,
you should be dead now. I've already given myself over to Satan for you.
Mm-mm.
So, it's dark. It's night. Obviously, they're outside the castle. They let him go, and some other villagers. Only like 3 or 4 villagers left from the village. Everybody's been killed by the Red Death. And this little boy is part of the group, and they kill the other people, the guards. But Gino manages to get away with the little boy. And he runs into the Red Death. And the Red Death tells him, hey, you go back, you can get Francesca. Hey, I don't know why, but Dice Clay is the Red Death now. Go back to the parapet. Oh! Get that bitch and you can get out of here. Hey! Oh! All right, so Hoptoad gets Prospero his costume. I'm sorry, Alfredo his costume. He puts it on. He's like, oh, it itches. It's hot. And he's like, oh, yes, but it'll be wonderful. It'll be the talk of the party. And so he gets him in his. Now, what he doesn't realize is, yes, Hoptoad made this thing special for him. Mm-hmm. It's extremely flammable. It's like tar and fake fur. So it's extremely flammable. So he's got the costume on. He's like, I'm a monkey, I'm a gorilla. And yeah, Hoptoad is like, yeah, you look great. Come on, let's go to the party. Let's stir things up. Juliana, asking Satan for help again. After a while, he gets tired, of you asking him for favors. He doesn't like that. Stop pestering me. Yeah, I know you burned yourself on the breast there, but yeah, stop it. Okay, just stop. So anyway, she drinks something that is supposed. I guess it's the blood of somebody. I don't know. It's supposed to be maybe the blood of a goat or something. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to be, like the ultimate for Satan. If I drink this, it's going to give me hallucinations and make me half crazy, but, I'm going to do it for you. So we have a sequence now that shows different religious shaman from like, oh my God, Africa, from Italy, and they're all terrorizing her in this dream sequence. And they're dancing around her and terrorizing her. And she's screaming. And then she comes out to the foyer, and I think the Falcon kills her, right?
Yeah.
the Falcon attacks her and scars up her face and her breasts and kills her. And we know who controls the Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Vincent Price. Prospero. So he's like, well, she did the ultimate sacrifice to Satan, and now she's gone on to be with her Lord. You know, basically saying, okay, now we can sweep her under the carpet, and where's Francesca? I need a fresca. So everybody's like, oh my God, oh, look. And he's like, yes, she's gone now. But she was the wonderful wife, and now she belongs to Satan, and I loved her. Let's go. Let's have a drink. Oh, I hit my ring light. Sorry. So here we see a shot of outside the castle. Oh, this is where the guards kill the other guys. I'm sorry. I thought that was before. And Gino gets away with a kid. But he knows he's got to come back. Because he's got to get Francesca.
There they are, hitting him with pepper spray. I mean, with the swords and things.
Where'd you get the coconuts? There he is with the kid. Well, you have no touch of the Red Death on you at all, do you, young man? Come with me. We're starting to get a little itchy around our joints.
Kill them all. I don't want to see them. I don't want to be close to the castle.
And down they go. Meanwhile, back inside, Francesca's changed her outfit. She's dressed up for the masquerade now. They're all dressing up for the masquerade. A lot of dancing in this film. A lot of dance choreography going on. Yeah. And Vincent Price is dressed up as a sheik. A black sheik.
Mm-hmm.
Sheik.
Shake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his last name was Your Booty.
Shake your booty. Thank you very much. Folks, he'll be here all this week. Try the veal. She's got a nice little veil, which basically doesn't cover anything. But he likes that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not quite sure what she's dressed as.
Looks like some kind of harem girl.
Maybe a harem girl, yeah. She's calling him master. All right, so that's Gino, right?
Yeah, that's Gino.
Yeah, he's going back. He's going to get her. And Red Death shows up again. Hello, I'm Red Death. I'm not White Death, Yellow Death, or Blue Death. I'm Red Death. And I will take you back to where you need to go to get Francesca, and you can go free. But everyone in that castle, not so. So anyway, yeah. Gino's quite. See, now they've made her face up. See that?
Mm-hmm.
She's an 8-year-old, the actress. Her name was Verena Greenlaw. They made her up to look like an adult, her face, but she's actually 8 years old.
She still looks like a kid there.
I feel the same way. She looks kind of like Whoville.
Oh, Cindy Lou Who?
One of the Who's from Whoville.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Got that kind of look to her. And he's like, I want you to go up to the parapet and wait for me. We're going to get out of here. So the masquerade ball is in full swing now. They got the conga line going. No, that's not a conga line. It just looks that way in the picture. They're dancing. Now, I circled that guy for a reason. Oh, it's the Red Death. He's sneaking around through the crowd. And you can see he's in the background. And Prospero specifically said you can't dress in red. He said that's one of the rules of the party. I don't want the Red Death to come in here. He goes, I don't want anybody dressing in red. Got it? So this is the costume room, actually. and Red Death comes through here as well. And eventually, Prospero sees him.
Well, this is Hop Toad and the Alfredo in the monkey suit.
Oh, sorry. There's an arrow pointing down for some reason. There's something there. Maybe it's because it's a red outfit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's a
That's
touch
where
of
Vincent
red
sees
there.
him. That's where Prospero sees him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have a little boop, boop, boop. What? I was, I guess, really tired when I did that part. Anyway, what am I seeing here?
Uh, Alfredo's picking up some girl in the suit.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's in the gorilla suit. That's why I can't see, because he's black. He's in the black gorilla suit. He's terrorizing the people at the party, and he's having fun doing it. And Hop Toad is getting ready to set him on fire, getting ready to set him ablaze. Prospero seems to be amused by it.
I think Alfredo found the perfect costume.
So what happens is Hop Toad puts a chain on him, hoists him up, and then sets him on fire. So everybody gets to watch him burn to death.
Mm-hmm.
And that's tonight's entertainment, folks. Head for the buffet. And Hop Toad scurries off. He's had his revenge.
All right, well, that was terrible, but let's have a drink.
Oh, I think I see Red Death in the background again.
Mm-hmm.
That hood. Yeah, there he is in the background. And Vincent's going to see him in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
he's going to react again.
Who is that?
There he is reacting.
Who is that? Who dares to dress in red in my party? Who dares to dress as the Red Death?
Are you sure you want to go after that? Are you sure? He's just trying to tell him, hey. This is actually a moment where Francesca shows she still has a little heart, even though he's been so horrid and nasty to her and her friends, and her family. Yeah, he killed her father. And he's like,
I must go see him. I must go see who it is.
She's trying to hold him back from it. But it's like, Khan and Captain Kirk, he can't give up. He's just got to keep moving forward.
That's right.
I got to find out who it is who's both brazen to do that.
So he chases him into the rooms, the special rooms. And he gets to the black room at the end. And, he's like, hey, who are you?
Who are you who dares to dress in red, even though I told you not to dress in red?
You know who I am? And now he thinks it's Satan. He thinks it's the almighty Satan come to give him his tribute now for being such a good, loyal follower.
Mm-hmm.
But look at Francesca in the background. She knows, nah, he's not Satan. That's not Satan at all. And so they follow the Red Death, and he shows them, the party is, hedonistic and horrible, and it's everything that Satan wants, and you're a terrible person. I want to get a candy coated for you. And then the people start to turn red. The dancers,
mm-hmm.
the party members. He's killing them. And again, up to the very end, Prospero's like, "But you're going to spare me, right? Because I'm your devoted follower. You're going to spare me, right?" But no, it is the Red Death. And the Red Death tells her, "Go, skedaddle. Your man is waiting for you." And that really pisses off Prospero, because he's like,
"Hey, I've been working on that bitch for a while now."
He wants her, and this guy is told her, skedaddle, go. go be with the guy you're supposed to be with. And so Prospero finally gets all angry and he rips off his mask to find out who it is. And it looks just like him, except red.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see the face of death, it's your face. And again, the dancers all around him are turning red, and they're groping and grappling at him, and they pull him in. And of course, he dies of the Red Death. And it's very graphic. And the Red Death watches the whole time. And again, it's Vincent Price again. And there he is, dead with the Red Death. Blood oozing from every pore.
Mm-hmm.
No, this can't be happening to me. Look at my beautiful wickedness. What a world, what a world.
So this is where the death guys come together at the end of the film. White Death and Yellow Death. How many did you kill today? How you doing, Fred? How you doing, George? Oh, I killed 500, but there was a two little people, a boy and a guy and his girlfriend. They're gone. They got out. Okay, well, that's a good day. We'll start again tomorrow. And then we have a little quote from Edgar Allan Poe from The Masque of the Red Death. And it's the end. You see the deaths, all the different deaths. Now you gotta guess to yourself that Roger Corman saw The Seventh Seal by Bergman, because there's a lot of influence from that in this, especially this scene. And then The Masque of the Red Death, the title card is at the end of the film. Actually, it's the beginning and the end. So yeah, you got to see. It's a little homage to Bergman, I think, or maybe just ripping him off a little bit. Oh, you can see my keeping the black curtain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. How many Wizard of Oz references am I going to do during this show? So there it is, Masque of the Red Death. Roger Corman, Vincent Price, one of their first, if not the first, movie that they did together that are based on the Edgar Allan Poe stories, and yeah, one of the best still of all, and in my humble opinion, I think it's one of the best. I would put the Raven, but put it up there with the Raven. The Raven is another good one. Yep. You said before the show that you had seen, when you were a kid, you had seen The Pit and the Pendulum.
I did.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And it was scary for you.
Scarred me for life, sir. I can't look at pendulums ever the same.
That was a decent one, fairly decent one.
Yeah.
But again, some of them were kind of weak.
Yeah.
Some of them really didn't have a lot to do with the actual story. So, all right. Again, we'll be doing some more festive. Hopefully, we'll be doing Krampus in the next week or two. We'll also be doing the Star Wars Christmas special. It does have monsters. So we're gonna have fun with that one, and I hope to have a special guest on for that show. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a couple of people that are still alive that worked on that, and whether they're willing to talk about it, that's another story. But we'll see. So we're looking forward to that one. And take care, and we will see you next time. Keep an eye out for those monsters.
This here's Master Sgt. Havoc. Thank you for watching this episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room. Now, why don't you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell next time a big old giant monster comes calling. See y'all later.